Hi, folks. Welcome to Crisco's Corner. Unfiltered commentary. Not your truth, the real truth. Please like, share, and subscribe. And as always, thank you for your support. Welcome back from the New York Post. You're going to love this one, guys. Taliban leader was freed from Guantanamo Bay in 2014, swapped by Obama. Yeah, they were going to stay in, I think it was Qatar or whatever the hell it was, and they weren't going to be involved in anything. Why is liberalism, or progressivism to be more accurate, and leftism, why does it make people so incredibly naive that even someone as intelligent as Obama, and he is an intelligent man, could do something so stupid? Let's read on. And there he is there. He was released in 2014 when President Barack Obama released 5 Taliban commanders from Guantanamo Bay prison in exchange for an American deserter in 2014. Honestly, if he was a deserter, the hell with him. He's sure to wear Republic that the dangerous enemy combatants would be transferred to Qatar and kept from causing any trouble in Afghanistan. Yeah. In fact, they were left free to engineer Sunday's sacking of Kabul. Soon after gaining their freedom, some of the notorious Taliban 5 pledged to return to fight Americans in Afghanistan and made contacts with active Taliban militants there. Of course. Of course they did. But the Obama-Biden administration turned a blind eye to the disturbing intelligence reports, and it wasn't long before the freed detainees used Qatar as a base to form a regime in exile. And there you go. Eventually, they were recognized by Western diplomats as officials representing the Taliban during peace negotiations. Oh, what? You know what? I got to do the same sound effects again. Eventually, they were recognized by Western diplomats as official representatives of the Taliban during recent peace. Really? I mean, you couldn't have predicted that? Earlier this year, one of them, I can't pronounce his name, actually sat across the table from President Biden's envoy to Afghanistan in Moscow, where he was part of the official Taliban delegation that negotiated the final terms of the U.S. withdrawal. Oh, God. And there's this picture there from the New York Post. The retreat cleared a path for the Taliban to retake power after 20 years. It's, I started jihad to remove foreign forces from my country and establish an Islamic government. And jihad will continue until we reach that goal through political agreement, he said at the summit. After raiding the presidential palace Kabul, a group of armed Taliban fighters told Al Jazeera that they were arranging to bring back their Gitmo patrol leadership from Qatar upon securing the capital. Of course. One unidentified fighter who blasted America for oppressing our people for 20 years claimed he had also been locked up at the Guantanamo Bay facility. It's more evidence that Gitmo catch and release policies facilitated the fall of Afghanistan to the enemy that Washington vowed to crush after 9/11. Their mastermind of the regime change is former detainee, here's his name, the Taliban mullah who Obama released from Gitmo, even though the Pentagon classified him as too dangerous to release. Okay, too dangerous to release. Let's let him out anyway. Come on, guys. Unbelievable. Actually, it's not. It's part of a progressive leftist. It's a hole in their ideology and their way of thinking that somehow, some way, every single person deep down inside is good. And if we could just bring that out, everything would be okay. No, I'm sorry. That's not true. Earlier this year, he assured the administration that Taliban would not launch a spring military offensive if Biden committed to removing all remaining American troops. He also promised not to retaliate against any Afghans who work with the U.S. military. Well, wait a minute, I got to get... You know, it's not funny because they're killing people, but it is funny. that these idiots keep falling for the same thing over and over and over. It's Charlie Brown, the football. And all our enemies in the world, especially the real bad guys, are Lucy. And we just run up and try to kick the football again, and then we land on our butt, on our back. She begs, I won't do it this time, I won't do it this time. Oh, okay. And they just run right up and do it again. But he showed no signs of remorse or rehabilitation inside Gitmo. Rehabilitation? That's like rehabilitating Goebbels, for Christ's sake. I mean, you got to be kidding me. If anything, he's probably more embittered towards the U.S. Yeah, do you think? Reports coming out of Kandahar and Kabul indicate the extremists had already broken their word. No. Taliban thugs have started a reign of terror against people who cooperated with Westerners, guided by a kill list. They're going door to door to punish their enemies. Of course they are. Of course they are. Special envoy convinced the White House and the U.S.-backed government would not collapse and the Taliban would not take over, even though he made it clear that he and his fellow mullahs sought to reestablish Islamic rule without outside meddling. Unbelievable. 12 years later, Obama sprang this individual from jail along with 4 other top Taliban leaders in exchange for the Taliban releasing U.S. Army Sergeant Robert Burgal, who was captured after deserting his post in Afghanistan. Him and his fellow parolees were immediately flown to Qatar, where the only forever prisoners released without being cleared by the Gitmo Parole Board. You know, maybe the guy had psychological problems when he deserted, but, you know, you do stuff like that, expect consequences. But he got our guy back. If he didn't desert, I would have said, we're going to bomb you in the Stone Age with drones until you return him. But then again, he had this guy as president and not Trump. Give Trump, with all his faults, all his personality quirks, and all the things that people don't like about him, there's millions that don't. The guy had a set of balls. And they thought, the world leaders, especially the bad guys, thought he was crazy, but not crazy in a bad way, crazy in a good way. That if you don't return our serviceman or woman, we are going to bomb you and your families, because we're going to target the leaders, and if their families are around, they die too. Not this guy. Upon his return, Obama celebrated Burgos as a heroic POW, a designation that the Pentagon never gave him. He deserted. I'm sorry. At the bizarre Rose Garden ceremony during which Burgal's father praised Allah, Obama asserted, we're committing to winding down the war in Afghanistan and closing Gitmo. He never had any intention of closing Gitmo. He said that when he ran for president the first time. He never had any intention. But public opinion rapidly turned against Burgal as the facts of the disappearance and capture became known. Elton was court-martialed and pled guilty to desertion and misbehavior before the enemy. In 2017, he was sentenced to exonerable discharge. Last year, the U.S. Military Top Appeals Court upheld the conviction against him. He didn't go to jail? He didn't go to military prison? Give me a break. Several fellow soldiers who were seriously injured during the search and rescue missions launched to find him in Afghanistan. During Burgal's 5-year Taliban captivity, the Taliban became more accurate and deadly targeting U.S. convoys and troops. Coincidence? It's not clear if then Vice President was fully on board with Obama's controversial prisoner exchange. But in a reversal of Trump administration policy, Biden had reinstated Obama's program to release Gitmo detainees as part of a renewed push to close the prison. They don't want to close it. No one does. Last month, the president released his first prisoner, accused terrorist Abdul Latif Nasser, leaving the number of remaining detainees at 39. 10 others have been cleared for release, while still others have appealed to Biden through their pro bono defense lawyers. Isn't that great? To ensure their release. Where's the pro bono defense lawyers for the people who have been held for over 6 months for simple trespassing in the Capitol January 6th? Oh, they didn't get any. Despite the risk of them returning to militant activities like the Taliban 5. If Obama and Biden had left the Taliban 5 thugs to rot in Cuba, well, it wasn't exactly what I would call, harsh conditions. They live pretty well down there. Kabul more than likely would not have been back in the clutches of the Taliban right now, and maybe Americans would have sacrificed more than 2,400 troops and $1 trillion in vain. It's what Ulysses S. Grant called against the secessionists. He says, when the country was formed, we formed it with blood and treasure. With blood and treasure. And he's right. You want to return that blood and treasure, you can leave. I'm not really that shocked. I mean, so many things went on when Obama was president that, I'll tell you the truth, he was the last reason of a whole list of reasons why I left the Democrat Party. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. I mean, I had a whole list of stuff here, the Democrats locally, statewide, and nationally. And over time, they just drifted away from me. And I was a local elected official here in upstate New York. I was on city council. No big deal, but it was kind of cool. In a medium-sized town in Binghamton. And I used to be the council president, the head Democrat there. And I left the party in 2013. My last year as a council member was 2007. So there you have it. There you have it. Not surprised at all. Not surprised at all. It's just something broken. Broken in the mentality of a leftist or progressive that makes them think that human beings deep down inside are good. And when they're not, they never were, including myself. But we do the best we can. I don't know what else to say. Until next time, goodbye and good luck.